Elite Gaming.
What's up guys, it's Andrew at Elite Gaming HQ, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about AMD Ryzen and gaming performance, and I can explain to you guys why I'm so excited to do a test with Ryzen R5 and a mid-range GPU over where everyone else is testing a Ryzen 7 versus the 7700K and trying to determine which one's better for gaming. You'll have to give me some time to explain myself, hear me out, and then go ahead and put your opinions in the comments below. So most of the tests done by Ryzen versus Intel were done with a GTX 1080, and Ryzen excelled in 4K gaming, but then all the tests to show that the Intel CPUs were getting better frames than Ryzen were at 1080p, and most of the justification for that is at higher resolutions you're using more of your GPU than your CPU. Okay, so that kind of makes sense, right? But interestingly enough, the test with the Ryzen R7 versus the 7700K were almost identical with lower end GPUs, like the GTX 1060. Well, why is that? It's because now the bottleneck has become the GPU, and both processors are going above and beyond to do their jobs accordingly. But as a consumer, that's very interesting, because that tells us that we don't need a Ryzen R7 or a 7700K if we want to get max performance out of our GPU. In time, games will be optimized better, and it will utilize more threads, or this will give a lead to something like a Ryzen processor that has 16 threads. But really the real point is the budget. What is the average person going to be gaming on? Most people can't afford a GTX 1080. Most people are looking for something like a GTX 1060, an RX 480, or maybe even lower. So what I want to find out is the best solution for the average gamer. So basically, I want to find a point where we can even the scale on both sides, where the bottleneck is not really the CPU and not really the GPU, but maybe they handle their tasks evenly. Also, we want to keep in mind a clear path for upgrades in the future. But that's kind of already taken care of for us, because the 1151 socket supports in most cases with an update, Kaby Lake, or even simply just the 6700K, and the AM4 platform is the same that the Ryzen R7s are on. So we want to find this middle ground between CPU and GPU. But let's talk a little more about the processors. So it seems single core performance is actually pretty important, but there's a couple flaws in that logic. Number one, if you're buying a Ryzen 1800X and a GTX 1080, you're never playing in 1080p gaming. When you spend $800 for a GPU and $500 for a processor, you're in some level of content creation or multitasking, doing multiple things at once, like running an audio program and noise reduction at the same time, meanwhile while gaming, streaming, possibly recording at the same time. So number one, those tests are kind of flawed. Multiple tasks may favor Ryzen at high resolution. But next we have to really talk about edging out every frame per second on your CPU. Is your CPU the most important thing when it comes to getting your frames? Well, of course not. It's your GPU. So why I'm so excited about the R5 lineup is because we might be able to find a reasonably priced processor that can be good at gaming, streaming, recording, rendering, as well as running multiple tasks at once with a mid-range GPU. The problem is most people are just going to test these processors in 1080p with the GTX 1080. What I'm going to do here on this channel is I'm going to test these processors in multiple different resolutions with multiple different tasks at once with mid-range GPUs like the RX 470 and the RX 480. And then we're going to try to find the most optimal practical PC build for gaming and other situations for people like me and all of you guys. In my previous video, I just showed off the $600 Intel i5 build. That build is a practical solution to people today who want to game and do slight content creation, or even just game and do multiple tasks. I don't know about you guys, but I really hate loading screens. So I tab over to my Facebook. I have MSI Afterburner running. I have antiviruses, anti-malwares, multiple tabs open on my browser. There's so many things I'm doing at once. That's a real life scenario. That's not a clean wiped Windows 10 with the newest video drivers running one game and one GPU that's out of most people's price range. It's more practical in my opinion. I feel like it makes more sense. So I think there's more value in the tests that we're trying to do over the tests that everyone else did. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll continue to do PC builds and benchmarks up until the date that I have the Ryzen build completed, and then we'll test out. I hope you guys appreciate all the content I've been putting out. I've been doing a video a day because I really appreciate all the support I'm getting from you guys. I see my view count going up, my viewer retention going up. I see new people every day. It's just amazing. And I thank all you guys that are here. And if you're new, check out some of my other videos. You might like it. Hit that sub button. Maybe turn on email notifications because I'm putting out videos every day. And I'm also doing videos for you guys like the top 10 tech deals of the week and the top 10 PC game deals of the week every single week. Trying to bring you guys great content because it's so awesome how much you've been supporting me. I can't say that enough. Alright guys, well I'll catch you on the next one. I'm Andrew, this is Elite Gaming HQ, and thanks for watching guys.